Greetings everyone, update 30.5 Sisters of Parvos is live on all platforms, and this video is covering the new additions to the Steel Path honors, as well as the Steel Path and loot changes. So let's begin with the honors. This is available from Teshin's storefront. Once a week, you'll now be able to get the Veiled Riven Cipher. It can be consumed to identify the selected Veiled Riven to bypass its challenge. It does replace the Transmute and Cycle button in the mod segment when a Veiled Riven is selected. The new shotgun mod Counterbalance, it reduces weapon recoil by 60%. You can also pick up a Teshin Noggle statue, the Arcane tea set decoration, which was previously an exclusive Twitch drop for the Sacrifice quest, and the following in-action glyphs: Gauss in action, Grendel in action, Zaku in action, and Protea in action. You also pick up the primary arcane adapter, which has been added with this update, alongside the secondary arcane adapter, and they fuse with the primary weapon to unlock the arcane slot for, of course, the primary or secondary weapon, depending on which one you picked up. DE have noted that the Steel Path access is required to see the arcane slot in the modding screen, as to not confuse new players. As for the Steel Path and loot changes, they said the following. In the Deimos Arcana update, we made several changes to the Steel Path and the acquisition of Steel Essence. Our stated goals were to move away from the long endurance missions as the most efficient way to collect Steel Essence, while also reducing randomness. After observing player trends, a loot strategy involving both of these elements has come up once again, making regular unoptimized Steel Path play feel less worthwhile. With the number of new Steel Path rewards being introduced in this update, we wanted to address those strategies, while also bringing up the lower average. We hope these changes reinforce one of this update's main themes. You should be able to play the game however you want without feeling forced into prevalent strategies. So, they have changed and said the following. Acolytes will now spawn more frequently during Steel Path missions, resulting in more Steel Essence being dropped overall. Steel Path incursions will each offer a reward of 5 Steel Essence, which is an increase from 3. Steel Essence will now remain on the ground for 5 minutes before disappearing, and if the UI marker is blinking, be sure to get it before it's gone. They've also stated that for consistency, Vitus Essence follows the same rules and will remain on the ground for 5 minutes before disappearing. Acolytes will now be teleported to a safe location if pulled into water, which also fixes Itzel's Cosmic Crush pulling acolytes into water volumes where they were instantly killed. And lastly, in regards to this, they fixed acolyte spawns becoming extremely slow or stopping altogether in specific Steel Path mission types, most commonly in Disruption or Survival. They've also added 6 new Arcanes to the Acolyte drop table. Acolytes will now drop 1 of 6 new Arcanes on death, those being Primary Merciless. On kill, you get plus 30% damage for 4 seconds, which stacks up to 12 times, plus 30% reload speed, and plus 100% ammo max. Primary Deadhead. On headshot kill, 120% damage for 24 seconds, it stacks up to 3 times, plus 30% to the headshot multiplier, minus 50% weapon recoil. And lastly, for the primaries, Primary Dexterity. On melee kill, plus 60% damage for 20 seconds, stacks up to 6 times, plus 60% holster speed, and plus 7.5 seconds of combo duration. For secondaries, Secondary Merciless. On kill, plus 30% damage for 4 seconds, it stacks up to 12 times, plus 30% reload speed, and plus 100% ammo max. Secondary Deadhead. On headshot kill, 120% damage for 24 seconds, and that stacks up to 3 times, plus 30% to the headshot multiplier, and minus 50% for weapon recoil. Lastly, Secondary Dexterity. On melee kill, plus 60% damage for 20 seconds, stacks up to 6 times, plus 60% holster speed, and plus 7.5 seconds of combo duration. Those are the new additions to Teshin Steel Path store, as well as the Steel Path and loot changes, with update 30.5 Sisters of Parvos.